Howdy, howdy ho. Yeah, I know it really seems like I'm a hypocrite if you've already been subscribed and following me on Twitter, but keep those all notifications turned on because you're soon gonna understand. Alright, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Hold up, there ain't no seal on this. Well, I guess I don't need a sharp object today, but I gotta find a way to keep this interesting. Boom! Alright, we get straight to the meat and potatoes. You know, sometimes I forget how small the Switch is, and it's like after unboxing a PS5 and a Series X, everything here just seems so small, and this here's America, right? Bigger is better, according to our infinite cheese on everything wisdom. So after about 10 seconds of looking at it, especially because I got my old one right here, there are definitely some small physical changes to the packaging. As I suspected, it is indeed a little bit larger, and you can probably see it, maybe not too well, but even the vent types and the buttons on the top are a little different. I will immediately admit, even though I never play in tabletop mode because no matter how good your eyesight is, this is really just a tiny screen. The stand is definitely superior, especially because it's got multiple angles. But more importantly, you'll notice, I'm not breaking it, I promise, look how far that angles. So no one really tells you this. Let me move this box a little. But you can actually set this in a way where it's almost nearly flat, but just angled towards you, and that's honestly kind of neat. Okay, this is also going to sound funny. If you got these hoary split pad pros, well, it actually matches the OLED model a lot better. The thickness is closer, and the size of the screen, along with the pads, actually makes this look like a whole-ass handheld gaming device. And I can confirm that it does fit in the original dock, but you can see there's gaps. Because the new Switch is slightly bigger, it's got a little more space on the left and the right. Alright, let's go ahead and have a look at the Joy-Con here. Now, I didn't figure much changed about the Joy-Con, and it looks like so far I'm right. There ain't much changes here. I'm betting this new Joy-Con still works on the old Switch. Yes, indeed it does. And as you can see, the new Joy-Con do indeed fit on the old Switch, so it does seem like there is mostly intercompatibility between the parts. The last thing I'm gonna try, which I'm sure it'll work on. You know, if you're really into Oreos, this actually works out. And now we got here the new dock. Now just so you know, I'm gonna skip all the cables and stuff because nowadays if you don't know what an HDMI cable is or a power cord, seriously, I got no words for you. Surprisingly, the new dock is not actually bigger, which makes me wonder if it's gonna have the gaps on the left and the right like the original dock. Oh, I see what they did. So the dock is the same size, but they got this little lip here that fills in that gap that's present on the old dock. Now the dock here does look a little more slick compared to the old one. No, I didn't break it, that actually comes off, it's no longer hinged. And of course now you got this nice LAN port in here, which if you're using Ethernet over USB, which in this case it does because it still goes through the USB connector on the inside, you got overhead from the USB connection. Which means if you got good Wi-Fi, which I've tested this, the Wi-Fi actually performs better than the Ethernet connection because the Wi-Fi antenna is connected directly to the network card inside the Switch, whereas the Ethernet's going through the USB, which means, again, overhead. So keep that in mind. This Ethernet port will be good if you got crappy Wi-Fi, but if you got good Wi-Fi, the LAN port is completely useless for you. You know, and feeling both of these at the same time, I know this sounds crazy, but the old deck actually feels weighted better at the base than the new one. And I'm not entirely sure why that's the case, but yeah. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna skip the cables. I'm gonna get this out of the way, and that's that. Now, if you got all notifications turned on, well, you're about to find out the whole reason for having one of these. I'll see you next time on the Gaming 5.